there, just wanted to give you some updates on a new test for Lyme disease that I just learned about the other day. A patient of mine had actually done it. I guess it's all the buzz in Facebook groups and support groups and whatnot right now. And the lab that runs it is called AcuDart. It's AcuDart. Their website is acudarthealth.com. And so this is an antibody test, and they do have a panel that includes Borrelia, tick-borne relapsing fever, Babesia, and Bartonella, or you can order any of those four individually. So I just wanted to give you a little bit of my thoughts and the pros and cons that I see in this testing. Just so if you're considering doing it, you can make an informed decision about whether this is the right way to go. So how the test works, it's pooled antibodies of IgG and IgM. And what that means is some tests measure IgM reactions to a certain pathogen or a certain bug, and then they measure IgG reactions separately, which is what IGeneX testing has done to date. This test measures IgM and IgG together. So it does cover both of them, but it doesn't distinguish between whether it's IgM or IgG positive. So let's go at some of the pluses first. One is they send these samples to IGeneX. So it is IGeneX that's actually carrying out performing the test itself. And we know that IGeneX is a high quality lab and they have high standards. So to me, that's a big plus. The cost of the panel is $499. I guess that's like special price right now. Or you can get the individual ones done for $149. So it's appealing cost-wise. The other thing is they do test for 9 different strains of Borrelia, not just Borrelia burgdorferi. So it casts a wider net in terms of the Borrelia bacteria itself. And then logistics of the test, it's a finger stick, so you can do it yourself at home. You do not need a doctor's order to get it. You can go straight to their website and order it. And results do turn around within a few days. Okay, so there are some nice things about that. Some of the negatives, I would say, one would be just that the pooled antibodies don't decipher between IgG and IgM. What I need to make really clear, though, is that this is a screening antibody test. This is not nearly as detailed as IGeneX's immunoblot testing. So IGeneX also offers this kind of like IgG antibody testing, general IgG antibody testing. Theirs is separated into IgG and IgM, and you can order those, I want to say, for like $95 each. So there is a little bit of cost differential here, bearing in mind that this test is pooled antibodies. So you're kind of getting IgG and IgM rolled in together. So at least you're getting the benefit of having both being accounted for. However, what I want to make the point is this test is not as detailed as the immunoblot. And actually, to be fair, on AcuDart's website, it even states that in their FAQ section. So if I had a patient coming in and I was looking to get Lyme testing done to really determine do they have Lyme or not, it doesn't, for me, replace the full panel. Now, where this test may be useful is, say you have a tick bite and you're 2 to 3 weeks after the tick bite and you're worried, then maybe this is a nice thing to grab and do at home. Or if your kid has a tick bite, remember that early in infection, antibody responses tend to be stronger. Later in infection, they tend to get weaker just because these infections are immune suppressive. Okay, so my patient ended up feeling a little regretful that she'd spent the $500 not to get the full information, which would have cost $1,300. So I get that that's quite a differential in price. But just, we appreciate this test. We appreciate people coming out with new testing for Lyme. I appreciate that they're doing it through IGeneX. So it's a high quality, high standard. But I just want to make clear the limitations of the lab itself, the lab test itself. It's not going to give you the full information that the immunoblot gives. And I kind of liken it to in the standard testing, like if you went to your primary care doc and asked for testing for Lyme, they'd do the basic ELISA test, which is just a general antibody test for Lyme. And then if that's positive, they'll go on and do the Western blot. Okay. And that's where a lot of cases are missed, because that first ELISA test is not sensitive enough. Now, I'm kind of comparing, I'm not saying that this AcuDart test is as crappy as the ELISA test. Like the ELISA test is in a world of crappy all of its own. This testing is going to be better than that. But I guess I'm giving you the concept that this is more of a screening antibody test. The immunoblot is the next step up in terms of detail, sensitivity, specificity, etc. So once again, the lab is AcuDart Health. I have no affiliation with them. I only just learned of them the other day. So if you see their testing being talked about and floated around, maybe share this video so that other people can learn kind of pros and cons and just know how to make the decision about whether they want to go with that or commit a little deeper financially and go with the full IGeneX panel.